and there's just silence, and it's like, oh no, I really gave it my all there, and everybody's just quiet. And then they move on to the next scene, and I have to ask, Scott, my brother, is it okay? He was like, yeah, it was great. I was like, well, I'm used to people cheering or booing and telling me if I'm doing a good job. It's just silence every time. I was, oh no, that's how it works here. If they say move on, it means you did a good job. That's your cheer, that's your boo. So let's move on.
Hi, Drew.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine, and you?
I'm excellent. Having a fun day. My first
Yes,
ever film press junket, my first movie.
I know that. Very excited about this, and congratulations, this is your first role. And so the question is easier to be on a movie set or easier to be in a ring?
I mean, obviously, easier to be in a ring for me. I've been wrestling since I was 15. So, as much as I've lived in America for 17 years, I've never been fully comfortable anywhere until like my home where I live with my wife, and outside of my home. When I'm in that ring, that's where I'm fully comfortable. And I've been in the ring my entire life. But at the same time, I'm going to, the Killer's Game, going to Budapest, getting on my first proper movie set. I was terrified, but as soon as I got in front of the camera, I saw the red light, I realized, wait, this is where you're comfortable. As soon as the red light goes on, that's where you relax, that's where you're, free yourself, or you're whatever the character is you're trying to portray in that moment. You know you can do it because you've done it for years, and thankfully I got the chance to show it in a different medium, and a medium I see myself going forward in.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that scene, especially in the kind of a castle, that big house over there. And you guys are the Mackenzie's brother. How was it like for you to play this character? And you were familiar with the novel before?
I was not familiar with the novel prior to speaking to Dave Bautista, who'd asked me to participate in the movie. He just told me about the character, told me about the movie, which I loved and wanted to be a part of it. Then I got the novel, and I read the novel, and I read more into the story, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. And then I got my hands on the script version and got into it, and I was like, man, this thing has a bit of everything. I'm all about, nonsensical violence from beginning to end. Those movies are fun too, but this has a bit of everything. And then seeing the final product that is, JJ, the director, his innovative action scenes are just out of this world. It's got comedy, it's got heart with a love story in there, and yeah, just Rory himself reminds me a lot of some Scottish people that I actually know in real life. So it had everything for me, that's for sure.
That's great. You mentioned Dave Bautista. How's work with him, and what did you learn from him that you're going to take for your career now? Because I hope you can keep bringing more characters like this, more movies.
Yeah, let's see where the path takes us. The wrestling path has been full of twists and turns. I'm sure this path will be also, so I'm excited for the future. But Dave, it's just like he was when I first arrived in America. He was already a made man, top star in WWE in 2007, and I was a clueless kid who needed guidance, and he was somebody that was there to help guide me, help me along, give me some advice when I needed some advice, tell me, hey, you're putting a foot wrong here. People are talking, but they're not going to tell you, so I'm telling you, and just making sure that I was looked after. And to fast forward all these years, he's the one calling me to be part of one of his movies, and he's cracked Hollywood. He's a top star in Hollywood now, and the same deal as soon as I get on set. He's making sure I'm okay, helping me relax, and then the time we got to spend away from the set giving me invaluable advice how to navigate this world.
That's amazing. But and being on a movie set, what the thing that most surprised you on this behind the scenes?
Oh, wow, there's just a lot of people, I guess. I don't know what I expected, but there's just, a lot of people, a lot going on, but everybody operating as one. Just everybody's just so efficient. I spoke about this a couple of times today. The biggest thing to adapt to for me was, as much as I was finally comfortable when I was in front of the camera and started talking with Scott Adkins, who plays my brother, who also helped me out tremendously during the process, as when we did the scene and I put myself right into it. You've seen it, just really got into the character, really gave it 100%, felt like, okay, that's the best I can give, and they say cut, and there's just silence, and it's like, oh no, I really gave it my all there, and everybody's just quiet. And then they move on to the next scene, and I have to ask, Scott, my brother, is it okay? He was like, yeah, it was great. I was like, well, I'm used to people cheering or booing and telling me if I'm doing a good job. It's just silence every time. I was like, oh no, that's how it works here. If they say move on, it means you did a good job. That's your cheer, that's your boo. So let's move on.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so good. Like, I'm not gonna spoil that, but that scene, everything that happened there, we're not gonna spoil, but you were amazing. Like, I think you did a really, really good job, and it was really fun. You mentioned the director JJ. How's work with him, and how and any tips that he gave you as well to help you navigate to this new path of your life?
Yeah, JJ is great. I'm just such a good guy, like somebody I can have and will hang out with in the future. I'm just such a lad. I'm just so talented, just clearly loves what he does. He's been working in the stunt world for so many years now, with the opportunity to direct a couple of movies, and he's just so like a ball of energy, and lifts up everybody around him, raises the energy in the room, keeps the energy raised, and just really amped me up, almost like a coach, the way he kind of talked to me and fire me up and let me know, you just do what feels right here. You say what Scottish slang word you want to say. I don't know the words, you know the words, you know what you're doing. Let's give it to them. And then I'd do a scene, they'd be like, say there's a silence, but there's also, when I talk to JJ, he's grabbing me going, yes, this is it. You're killing it. He's just such a motivator. And also, again, like with Dave and Scott, like giving me advice that's going to serve me well in the future.
Amazing. Also, like the physical preparation, and is the same when you were like preparing to fight, and now that you did the movie, you did the same preparation, physical preparation for the movie as well, or was a little bit different?
I was actively wrestling while doing the movie, so it's what you're seeing in the movie is what Drew McIntyre looks like in the ring. I was flying back and forth to Budapest to film Monday Night Raw, to fly back to Budapest. So it was, quite the process. But the action scenes themselves, they were slightly different. I'm wearing jeans as well, not my underpants like I'm used to. So I had to get used to, kind of stretching in those jeans and getting ready. But I was very fortunate that, I had a stunt guy, my first ever stunt guy, as well as my first ever movie. A lot of firsts, called Joey. So when there was a really hard fall, Joey was there for me. So I made sure I bought him a few drinks.
That's amazing. And if you have to give an advice to young kids that wanna pursue a career, even in the ring or in acting, what are the advice you give to them?
First and foremost, sticking at school. Get your education, see it through as far as you can. My dream personally was WWE. Whatever your dream is, it doesn't matter. You got to dream big, but you got to stick in at school. I started wrestling in my spare time when I was 15, but I was still in school the whole time. Made a promise to my parents. I'm going to see my education right through. My summer holidays were spent wrestling the whole time, making the dream happen. And when I got my degree from university, my final year is when I got signed through WWE. So if you want it enough, if you put the work in, leave no stone unturned, surround yourself with people that lift you up and are accountable to the person in the mirror, you can do anything, I'm proof. And I got fired one time and I had to redo it and apply the same lessons again. So it does work because I've had to do it twice.
Yeah, and if your character has to say a word about the movie, describe the movie in one word, Killer's Game, what word Rory will say to me? Great. Drew, I just want to thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to meet you. A lot of success. And I hope you can bring more characters fun like that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Take care. If you like to continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.